Sesame Chicken Satay Noodles made. Very simple, very simple satay noodles to make. Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, a really easy Chinese style inspired dish. We're going to make sesame chicken satay noodles. Now this is really easy, it's really quick, it's on the table within 10 minutes. And the reason it's on the table in 10 minutes, we are using rotisserie chicken from the supermarket or street vendor, or you can even use leftover cooked chicken. This is very quick to make, very tasty, light, filling, very enjoyable, especially on a hot day. Let's show you how to make it, come on. Right guys, this is so simple. We got very few ingredients, and what the main ingredient I guess is the chicken. You know, there's about 160 grams of cooked chicken there, which I've peeled apart and chucked in a bowl. Got some spring onions, a little bit of garlic, got a little bit of ginger which I've shredded. We got a pepper which we're going to take half of, half an onion. Now I'm using young kale. I like kale. But you can use pak choy, entirely up to you. I'm using young kale. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of lime juice. We've got about 100 grams of peanut butter, a bit of sesame oil, a bit of soy sauce, a bit of sweet chili sauce, a bit of sriracha sauce, and we got some oil. And we've got some noodles. You know, we've got the normal Chinese noodles which you cook to the packet instructions. Normally boil up some water, chuck them in, let them rest for about 5 minutes, take them out, put them in some cold water, give them a shake around, ready to use. Simple as that, not complicated. So let's crack on and show you how to make this. Okay, straightforward then. I've shredded the ginger already. All we're going to do is take our garlic, a couple of cloves of garlic, give it a bit of a mashing, and we're just going to run our knife over. Now you can use minced garlic, you can shred it up, you can do whatever you want. We just want a little bit of garlic to go in our pan. Now I'm going to put the garlic in with the ginger, guys, because it's all going in together. So we'll get that in there, put to one side. Onion, we've got half an onion. All we're going to do is slice it down into segments. As easy as that. In a bowl. There's our onion. Pepper. We want half a pepper, thereabouts. And we're going to come down and slice this. Now again, you can slice this any which way you want. If you want cubes or thin slices, entirely up to you. So we want some thin slices to go in our dish. Now depending on the size of the pepper and how much pepper you actually like, depends on how much you want to put in. So that's our pepper. What we'll do is we'll put our pepper in a bowl. So there's quite a lot of pepper there actually, but you know, it's going to add a lovely colour inside our stir fry. Onions, guys. Now the white bits up to about the green leaves, we want to, you either cut it across on a diagonal, and we want about centimetre pieces thereabouts. So we'll put those bits in there. That is actually going to go in our stir fry from the start. Now we're going to take our green ends, and we want a few of those in there with our spring onion. Now they're just going to cook down and give it a little bit of a green fleck in our dish. And then what we need to do, we need to take some spring onion for garnish. So nice and steady across the spring onion. And that is going to be for garnish. Kale, guys, I'm using kale like I say, but you can use pak choi. Okay, kale leaves, we want the leaves off there. Nice and straightforward. Just take the leaves off because we're going to use the leaves, but we're going to use the stems as well. Now this is young kale. So for our leaves, it's very easy. We don't even have to do much of a rolling. We want some decent bits of kale leaves. So some nice bits like that, that'll do in our bowl, one side. Now the young kale stalks, we want to come across diagonal. You know, there's a lot of goodness in these young stalks, so we don't want to be wasting it. But you don't have to be slicing it so thickly. You know, we just want some diagonal thin slices across there. Now that is as easy as that. In there. And that's it, guys. So a quick look in then. Very quick looking look. That's our veggies that's going in our dish with our chicken. Okay, so we've got garlic and ginger, we've got some sliced onion, red pepper, we've got some green onion, we've got some green onion for garnish, we've got the kale stalks. This is fresh young kale, delicious. We've got the kale leaves and we've got some cooked chicken. That is our veggies for our stir fry. Let's make up our sauce. So in a bowl then, we want to put our peanut butter. Get that in there. We want 2 tablespoons of lime juice. We want 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. We want about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of a neutral oil. Now I'm using canola oil. Now you can use olive oil if you want, but you know olive oil carries a taste. And obviously we're making sort of a Chinese dish. We don't want olive oil in because olive oil is Mediterranean. You're going to go in with just about half a tablespoon of sriracha sauce. Just put a little bit of warmth in there. And then for sweetness, we're going in with a good 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. All we need to do now is give that a mix in. So start off with a fork or a whisk and then get a whisk in there and whisk it all up. Now that is our dressing, our sauce. So that's our sauce made in there, guys. Now this is a really cheats way of making a satay sauce. Right, here we go then. Flame on. Now we're not going 2 bananas with this, guys. Little bit of oil. We don't want much because don't forget we've got oil in our satay sauce. Now this is a home cooked stir fry. In with our garlic and ginger. Skizzle sizzle. In with our kale stalks. Get that in there. In with our onion. Now, like I say, we're not going bananas with this. You know, it's very straightforward. We're just cooking down a little bit, put a little bit of softness in there. Now, if it does get a little bit of colour on, as per usual, not to worry, but we're not trying to brown this. Okay. In with our chopped green onion, not the onion that we're using for the garnish. In with our pepper. In with our chicken. Now it looks fabulous already, actually. In with our kale leaves. In with a tiny splash of water. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go in with all our sauce. So get our sauce in there. Now it should loosen up okay in here. If it doesn't, we'll have to add a splash of water. So quick stir around, incorporate our contents in there. That's nice and easy. Now it looks a lot, but it's not actually. And then we want to go in with our noodles. So get our noodles in there. And then all we're going to do is give it all a tossing up in that pan. Get all that sauce in with those noodles. Flame off, guys, because we're not trying to cook anything now, you know. Chuck in a little bit of our green onion. Now that's going to soften up in there, and then we want to put a bit on when we serve it up. That, guys, is ready for serving. So let's serve up a portion into a bowl. That is awesome. Guys, that is a very simple, very simple satay noodles to make. That is really nice, actually. Sesame Chicken Satay Noodles made. Now, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe. Share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.